morning, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris is back for another Hearthstone Arena run. I had what I thought was a super strong Paladin deck in my last run, and then I bowed out. Let me turn the volume down. At 5 wins. However, at the end of that extremely depressing arena, I was fortunate enough to see that finally my beloved Shaman was back. It has been way too long since I got to play Shaman, so hopefully this Shaman run will be a soothing balm for the wound that was recently inflicted by my awful Paladin run. You know, I got maybe too much of a good thing in my Paladin draft. I passed on a couple of I passed on all the Hammer of Wraths I saw. I'm never that bothered when Paladins play it against me. That's why I didn't really prioritize taking it when there were other good cards to take, like Dark Iron Dwarf and Frostwolf Warlord and Shattered Sun Cleric. But maybe having one or maybe two of those would have let me steal a win there. Who knows? Who knows? Actually, against a warrior who had a Warsong Commander against me that like lived for the entire rest of the game and everything just charged and crushed me, maybe there, if I had a Hammer of Wrath, I could have crawled back and won it. Anyway, this is not starting off with a very good pick, but at least there is only one playable card, so it's an easy pick. We will take Mind Control. Tech, it's the only thing playable there. Here, Spiteful Smith could be nice. If you draw this with Doomhammer, ooh, that's a good deck idea. Spiteful Smith plus Doomhammer. Doomhammer is a 2/8 weapon that gives you Wind Fury. If you have a Spiteful Smith out, it becomes a 4/8 weapon. That means that by itself, the weapon will deal 32 damage over 4 turns. That's interesting, but today is not the day to make that happen. We're going to take Unbound Elemental. A 2/4 for 3 is a little bit below average. It's 1 stat point below average, so you just need to play 1 Overload card, and then he is above average, so we'll take that. Alright, here it's a very easy pick, I think. Flame Tongue Totem is just so good. We're going to grab it. You know what? I'm actually going to take the Novice Engineer over the Acolyte. The Acolyte, am I? The Acolyte has more upside. He could draw you more cards, but the Novice Engineer is more immediate. We're going to take her. Okay, Fire Elemental. Let me just talk a little bit about this card. This card is ridiculously overpowered, and I say that as someone who loves Shamans, and I'll tell you why. So think about the dwarf who's got a really big gun. It's a 5 mana, 4/2, that deals 2 damage when it comes into play. Now, a 5 mana creature's stats should total up to 11. That commando's stats total up to 6. So he is paying 5 stat points to deal 2 damage. Now, the Fire Elemental, we're going to compare it to a Boulder Fist Ogre. A Boulder Fist Ogre is a 6/7. So the Fire Elemental is paying 2 stat points to deal 3 damage. Let's say that one more time. There's another creature that pays 5 stat points to deal 2 damage. The Fire Elemental pays only 2 stat points to deal 3. Now, class-specific cards should be better than neutral cards. I absolutely agree with that as a philosophy, because you should feel good about playing your class-specific cards. But that, to me, seems a level of better that is a little bit ridiculous. So I'm going to just keep taking Fire Elementals. I'm just amazed Shamans aren't as popular as they are. They're really unpopular. I almost never see them. They're like rogues in popularity, almost. And I don't know, this Fire Elemental is so insane as a common card, it's worth it to play that alone is worth it to play Shamans. Okay, this is a terrible, horrific pack. I think really the only good card here. I mean, Wind Fury can be a blowout, but it also can just suck. Voodoo Doctor's fine. Healing can sometimes be good, and if you're up against someone that you can do it against, you can play it on turn 1. We'll grab that. I'm not excited, but we'll do it. Alright, Bloodlust can win games, but it requires a good board, and I'm actually going to take the Imani Berserker. Having the best 2-drop in the game, I think, is better than having the potential game sealer. Now, I think the Fairy Dragon here is a cut below the other 2 cards. Popping your stuff back into your hand can be nice. This is sort of removal. I'm going to take the Popper, though. As much as it's sad to pass the removal, Shamans have a lot of removal. Granted, I have 0 in my deck at the moment, but they've got Lightning Bolt. They got Rockbiter Weapon. They got Forked Lightning. If you dip into the rares, you got Lightning Storm. I mean, you got your Fire Elementals. That's common. It's removal. So I don't need this as badly, and this is really cool. It hits hard. It's a good 4-drop, and you can put a totem back into your hand and save it until when you need it. So it's kind of nice to have that ability as a Shaman. Alright, here, I do like the Mogushan Warden. The Taunt is nice, but I'm a Shaman. I got a Taunt Totem. I'm going to take Shattered Sun Cleric. This thing is amazing. It pretty much single-handedly won the game for my Warlock opponent in one of my recent arenas. I'll try to be a little bit more vague when I talk about past arenas. So I will say, like, in one of my recent arenas rather than, like, my last arena or 3 arenas ago, so that in case you are watching things backwards, chronological order, I won't spoil things for you. Here, it's an easy pick. The Knife Juggler is super great with Shamans because your hero ability puts stuff on the board, triggering the Knife Juggler. Here, it's an easy pick. Stampeding Kodo over this absolute trash is fan-fiddly-tastic. We'll take that. And here, Interesting choice. I do like the Frostwolf Grunt more than most people, but not enough to take it over the Silverhand Knight. It's such a good advantage presser that I will grab it here. Oh, I don't like this monkey at all. I'm passing on a lot of taunt, I know, but this monkey just doesn't inspire me. I guess we'll take an Acolyte of Pain. Fire Elemental, I will seriously take every single one of those that I see. I don't even care. I will do it. So this is actually a really sad pack. I'm not going to take these 6-drops. I don't like them. So I'm going to take a Dread Corsair. It's an overcosted Ironfur Grizzly, but I might still get a weapon, and then it'll be a bit cheaper. Here, we'll just take a really good 4-drop, the Divine Shield Guardian. That seems fine. And let's grab some Silence. The Gorbashi Berserker is nice, but let's make sure we have at least one Silence in the deck. Silence is good to have. Here, we'll take the Bloodlust over the other stuff that we don't need, which is good. Ah, Jesus. Wind Fury. I just hate that card. It whiffs so much. We'll take a Panther. I'm not excited, but we'll do that. Oh my god! Where are all the good cards? Oh, this is just all trash. Oh, man. I mean, the Mana Wraith screws your opponent a little bit, but it also screws you. I guess I'm the one putting stuff onto the board with my hero ability, so maybe it screws me less. You know what? Hold on a minute. I don't have that much taunt here. I guess we'll take her as taunt. This, though, back here, this curve, I really don't like. Okay, I can't take that guy. We're gonna take the Stormpike Commando. Here, see, we go. We have a side-by-side comparison. 4-2, so that's 5 stat points less than average for 2 damage. 6-5 for 3 damage. I mean, you can just see, like, look how much you're getting for that extra mana. 2 power, 3 toughness, 1 damage. Yes, it's a neutral card, or it's a class-specific card, but still. Okay, we finally get a good card here. I will take it over the removal because I do need good 4-drops, and I do need taunt. Fire Elemental, I am just going to take him. I don't even care if it's wrong. I'm just going to do it. Here, over this sort of mediocre, expensive stuff, we'll take an Ooze, but I really don't like how high this 2 count is getting. This weapon, I will happily take that. That's good. Ew! Ugh. Am I so I've never seen any I haven't seen Lightning Bolt, Rockbiter Weapon, or Forked Lightning. All of those are commons, and I've seen 0 of each. That's a bit sad, because one of the strengths of the Shaman is your plentitude of removal. Am I going to take this giant, or am I going to take this crappy removal? I'm going to take this crappy removal. I need removal. It's got to happen. Do I take a second Bloodlust? I think I am, actually, over this sort of... I mean, this is decent removal, but I'll take a Bloodlust to get some more power into my deck. Oh, my lord! What is going on with this game? I guess we're taking... I cannot take 2 Acolytes. That's way too passive. I guess I'll take a Wolf for some buff. Fire Elemental or Forked Lightning. I'm going to take Fire Elemental. I really think it's the right call. We'll see. Let's take a quick count here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 cards that are 5 mana or more. Jeez. That's a bit risky to take the Sea Giant. Farsight? What is going on with this card? You pay 3 mana to draw a card, and then the card costs 3 less. So it's like you're paying 3 mana, but you're getting it back as long as you can play the card right away. What is that? No. We'll take a Sea Giant. So this deck is a bit scary to play because a lot of the cards, a third of the cards are 5 mana or more, so we're going to see some slow draws. So maybe I wish I hadn't taken the Stormpike Commando, but I saw a lot of, there were a lot of picks in this draft where it was like a bad card, but it was an expensive one. So what we're going to do is we're going to mulligan like crazy because we have like a shit ton of 2-drops and then a whole lot of expensive stuff. So we're just going to try to get our 2-drops to survive into the late game, and then hopefully we'll dominate with our army of Bloodlusts and Fire Elementals. Okay, well, this is actually really great. So you'd think I had an aggressive deck. I really don't, but that's fine. We're going to waste the battle card so we can put this onto the board. This Frost Shock is actually pretty much trash until I can flip a Spell Power Totem. Freezing something, you know, sometimes that will be helpful, but it's not a super great card. Alright, my opponent is going to coin for Novice Engineer. That's actually really good. So he gets to draw a card and running this in, and like the Wolf's not profitable here at all. Damn it. I could make a totem. Make a totem. I was really hoping to get a Taunt Totem, but we're going to deal 2 damage to my opponent, so he'll get to trade the Novice Engineer for my Voodoo Doctor, and he gets a little bit of card advantage against me because he drew a card with this, obviously did not draw a card with that. Now, my opponent coined this out. The question is, does he actually have a turn 2 play? And he does! Oh, geez, that's not good. Now, I really wish I had my Voodoo Doctor still, because then I could use the Direwolf Alpha and kill this thing. Alas, see, this is why a perfect example of why I hate the Panther. Look at this. This Panther is a 3-drop. It's just trading for that 2-drop. It's awful. Well, we're going to do this. Anyway, it's my best creature. So he's going to get to kill the healing totem. Maybe I'll draw Shattered Sun Cleric and I'll be able to actually kill this thing. Not the greatest of starts, but it's not like the most worst of starts either. This is interesting. So the Imp Master is just going to die to the Panther. I guess he's thinking the Imp is going to finish it off. Alright, Flametongue Totem makes 0 difference here. Alright, we're going to do this. We're going to hope we get a Flame or a Taunt Totem. We did not. Although healing this will at least mean the Imp doesn't kill it. It'll have to be the Bloodsail Raider that kills it. No need to spend this. No, I don't want to play this. That'll just die to his stuff. Ah, crap. This is terrible. I could play the Wolf? Well, the Wolf will just die to the Bloodsail Raider. That doesn't seem good. God damn it. Oh, man. I just had nothing to do on turn 4. Shit. That's bad. Oh, man. Snare Crow is a really great name for a hunter, but this is a really bad start to the game. You don't want to have a turn 4 where nothing happens. So I actually have drawn all my chumpy stuff, well, a lot of my chumpy stuff, so hopefully my Army of Fire Elementals is coming up. And as long as my opponent doesn't get too out of control with this 4-drop here, should be okay. I mean, I've got, this is a trade that he'll probably make. And so, unless he wants to multi-shot maybe to kill my stuff. No, he's going to play Chillwind Yeti. Okay, he's going to kill that thing and hit me. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here. Knife Juggler. Okay, I could play this guy and deal 2 damage to the Chillwind Yeti. That will eventually cause me to trade with it. I can pump this up by 2, pump it up by 3, deal 3 damage to the Yeti. That's not good enough. Silence doesn't do anything. Frost Shock doesn't really do anything. Totem? Would a Totem do anything? Not really. We'll just play this guy, I guess. So that's really not the greatest use of him. To basically a 5-drop trading with a 4-drop, maybe if I get lucky. But that seemed like the best option I had. Anything else I played would just die to the Yeti. This is partly why the Yeti is so good. No! That's bad. That's bad. So now I'm going to get getting beat down by the Hunter. He's going to hit me for 5 damage at least another time, but I drew Fire Elemental! Yes! Now I do have like 4 of these in the deck, so like... I wasn't like, oh my god, I can't believe you top decked it. I mean, it was very likely that in the top 10 cards in my deck, I'd see at least one of those. So this is good. Does my opponent have a Deadly Shot? No, but it looks like he's got a Buzzard. Ah, Kill Command. Ah, touche. Touche. Well, let's see what I can do. If I flip a Spell Power Totem, I can Frost Shock it. If I don't, I will silence it. That is absolutely worth silencing. Actually, I can actually play this first. I can play this and still do all this stuff, because I'm drawing all my chump. All my chump. There's the Spell Power. Okay, well, Frost Shock just earned its keep right here. And let's go ahead and play Amani Berserker. Let's play a round Explosive Shot by putting my Spell Power Totem in the middle. Hopefully I'll win the coin flip. Yes, I do. Alright. Whew. Fire Elemental, Frost Shock, and Knife Juggler turned this one around. My opponent's got 5 cards to my 6. I'll count the totems as real cards. Ah. Well, that is cute, but I have some options. Let's think about what I can do here. Acidic Ooze. Well, I think the most sensible thing is just to buff up this Knife Juggler a whole bunch. By surrounding it with the Dab of Alpha and the Flametongue Totem, it'll hit for 6 and it'll trade. I could also ignore it, but I don't really want to get into a race against a Hunter. Ah, but I can actually first see if I flip a Taunt Totem. Let's see if I do that. I don't flip a Taunt Totem, sadly. I cannot flip one of those to save my life. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do this. I could also trade in my Money Berserker now that the knife hit that. Yes. Yes, we will do that. So how do I do this in the best way? Well, I think the best way, if we're being ultra precise here, is we're going to do this. And then, well, actually, I can then use the... I don't even need the Flametongue Totem anymore. I can just throw the Spell Power Totem. But why throw away the Spell Power Totem when I don't have to? Okay. So we're going to attack with the Spell Power Totem. Oh, this doesn't really work the way I thought it would. Anyway, we're just going to do this. Okay. I could have traded the Knife Juggler in because all the knives hit that thing, but I think it was worth keeping it around. And I'll keep the Ooze around. There is a Gladiator Longbow, it's an epic, and there is an Eagle Hornbow, which is a rare, so it's not likely, but I don't really see much of a need to play it. Explosive Trap would really wreck me here. Kill everything except for my Flame Tongue Totem. Please don't be the Charger. It's not the Charger. Thank Crapesicles. Okay. Well, let's take a look at the situation. I think it's pretty easy. I'm just going to trade the Wolf in. Thank God Flame Tongue Totem is such a damn good card. Let's swing. Let's put this guy over here. I never quite know how. Sometimes the thing that spawns goes over the other side, sometimes it doesn't. Still don't need to play the Ooze. It does die to basically my opponent's main out right here, which is Explosive Trap. Kills, well, clears out my totem and my Squire, and then gets the Flame Tongue Totem to almost dead. Alright, that is actually not great for him, because there is this Taunter in the way, which I can deal with fairly easily. Steady Shot is many turns away from killing me. My opponent's in serious-ass trouble here, folks. Serious-ass trouble, especially now that I drew that. I'm not afraid of a Hunter's Mass removal, that's why I'm carelessly using the Fire Elemental in this fashion. Let's make another totem. Alright, we are just missing the Searing Totem here. And we're threatening lethal damage in the next turn, so Fire Elemental have earned their keep. There was a moment in this game when it was looking pretty grim, and then I got one of my Fire Elemental army just in time to finish off his Yeti and get back in there. Okay, well, that was a good game. That was a good palliative from that crushing. Sorry, I did just spoil the last arena, didn't I? Well, I won't tell you how depressing it was. I'll just tell you it was depressing. Yeah, I was really funny. In the beginning, I was like, let me spoil how my last arena run went, and then I'm going to talk about how I don't spoil my arena runs anymore. Good job, Boris. Good job. Good job. All right, I have to share some interesting news. There is a network called Curse, and they have a network called Union for Gamers. One of their requirements for joining us to have 8,000 views in a month, and I have reached that point. So thanks to everyone who's watched my video. I know that a lot of times people in the media will say, like, you know, thank you for watching, I really appreciate it, and it sounds like it's lip service, but like the fact that you watch my videos has a tangible impact on my life, because by meeting the requirements of that network, I'm now able to apply for partnership, and so that's pretty exciting. So here we have gotten very fortunate. This deck is weird. It has a lot of expensive cards. Like, a third of this deck is 5 mana or more, but also a lot of 2-drops. Okay, this is definitely an example where you want to use your coin on turn 1. I mean, yeah. Let's put this Knife Juggler out here. Got plenty of things to follow it up with, and so many 2-drops, I might as well put them on the board while they're good. Now, my opponent could have that Charging Merfolk. He could have an Arcane Shot. He could have just any old thing that's going to trade with a Knife Juggler. That's fine. It happens. We're going to now play Namani Berserker and take a little bit of a risk here. I'm actually going to do this. I'm sneaking 3 damage in here because I'm pretty sure this Fairy Dragon's going to trade into the Knife Juggler. And we're a turn away from Multi-Shot. If he was at 4 mana, I wouldn't have done this, because Multi-Shot would kill them both. But at 3 mana, I'm okay with that. I figure he's going to do this anyway, so I might as well just deal 3 damage to him. Looks like that's what's going to happen, because look what happens here. So the Fairy Dragon trades with the Knife Juggler, and then my 2/3 is kind of being dwarfed by his 3/3. This is actually a bit of a problem. Ah, fuck. This doesn't help. It puts a taunt on that. I can't trigger Enrage. I could flip hoping for a taunt, but if it's anything other than a taunt, this guy's just going to get Wind Fury Enraged and kill it. So I think, god damn it, this is terrible, actually. I could play Panther, but this Worgen is actually 2 for 1-ing me. There is no way around it. I think is it really my best chance to just try to flip a totem. I think that's my best odds. Alright, well, I gave myself a chance to get lucky, which is what good players do, but I did not actually get lucky this time. Man, that Worgen was really good. It's just amazing, but sometimes Worgen will just go play it on turn 3, and it's just really good. Maybe instead of playing this, I should have played the Ooze. If I'd played the Ooze, it would have been totally different. The Ooze could have just traded for this. Interesting. Now, he gets his own Knife Juggler. He'd better not play any more creatures, though, because if he plays another creature, this could get enraged. Nope, my opponent smartly just played a trap. And he's going to kill off my totems. I don't have any removal here. This is really sad. Stampeding Kodo, not good enough. Ah, Christ. Alright, what we're going to do is play this. And we're actually going to play this. Try to hold the fort here a little bit. So I'm gambling he doesn't really want to trade the Knife Juggler in for that guy. But he also doesn't want to trade the Worgen in for that guy, so whoever he trades in, he's not going to like it. He needs removal right here to stop me from just trading off against his really good creatures. Does he have a multi-shot? Because that would be pretty good for him. Oh, Lord. This could get ugly really fast. Man, I cannot believe how good that... Oh, he's going to trade. Oh, thank Christ. Oh, man. That is a weight off my shoulders. Okay. It's not Snipe, by the way. He's going to... God, Shattered Sun Cleric. Man, when my opponents use them, they're always so good. And when I use them, they're still actually pretty good. Okay, he doesn't seem to have multi-shot. He might have deadly shot, but... Unless, yeah, no, this isn't really what I need right now. I could flip a totem, hoping for a taunt, and then put the Flaming Tongue behind it, but I don't think that's going to actually happen. I could play this and the Flame Tongue, but the Flame Tongue will just eat it. So we're going to play this guy. He, in theory, trades against both of my opponent's creatures. You know what I really need, guys? Fire Elemental. I really should have kept one of those. There were two in my... No! He has a deadly shot. There were like two in my opening hand, but I passed them back because this deck is really vulnerable to fast starts, and then I need it now really desperately. That's not it. Well, that's, you know, as good as I can hope for. Flame Tongue, still no point. This already kills his stuff. Let's just flip a totem. Hopefully it's another taunt. It is not. Oh, God. This game is getting out of control. I have no life gain in this deck. Healing totems, obviously, have been nerfed a long time ago. They don't heal. I'm at below 20, which is really sad. He still has a trap, which could be Freezing Trap, so I can't even really attack his stuff. I need Fire Elementals, man. 4 Fire Elementals. Nothing up there. Oh, no! You know where it all went wrong is where I played an Amani Berserker instead of the Swamp Ooze. I think the Amani Berserker is in general going to be the better play. Yeah, this is over. In this particular game, it meant that I couldn't get rid of his Worgen in time, and then he was able to just overrun me. Fuck my life! Ah, man. Yeah, that's one of those things where I'm pretty sure that was the right decision, but it just didn't work. Because if you play the Ooze against the Hunter, they could always have the bow, they could always have the other bow. You know, playing around what if he drops a Worgen on turn 3 isn't really that sensible. So, anyway, I don't know, maybe in light of the fact that a lot of 3-drops do have, you know, those 3/3 stats, and his turn 3 was coming up, I should have taken care about that, but I don't know. I think it was reasonable to play an Amani Berserker there as well. Anyway, that was a disaster heartbreak of epic proportions. And that's 2 games. So if you enjoyed the video, do please like and or subscribe. If you want to keep watching me get my face pounded in and lose frustratingly with the best decks, then stay tuned. The rest of the games are going to be coming up shortly. I'll see you then.